No, is it gonna work? Okay, it says we're live. It says we're live.
And we're
What's up,
live.
And we're live. What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron, and this is my fantastic co-host, Jose.
Yep, Jose, nice to see you all again.
And how's everybody doing today? This is Aaron's Comic Room. Let's talk comics. Issue 1. It's issue 1 because we're rebooting it because we were just primarily streaming on Twitch before now, and now we're going to be switching over to YouTube, and sometimes we'll be streaming on Twitch as well, like both of them at once. Will be pretty cool. So look out for that. We also have some new software now, which is makes things a little easier for us. I can't currently see how many viewers there are, but I can see the chat, which is good. So as per usual, we'll start the stream off by just asking, getting caught up. Like, we haven't been on for 2 weeks. Quite a bit. With all things considered and everything that's happened, Jose, we don't need to talk about anything. Besides all that, like, how's everything been? Besides the obvious.
Besides the obvious, things have been pretty well so far. Just now, kind of coming back to normal right now, trying to get caught up on my reading. Got good news today. My wife had found a new job. She got a new job offer today, so that is a really awesome thing to happen. So we're really excited here.
That's good. That's always good when new jobs are kind of like a fresh start. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, just like this new first issue, new number 1.
Oh yeah, it's like a new issue to a new series. Like, yeah, I totally agree with that. That's a good
Issue 1,
analogy.
Volume 2.
Issue 1, Volume 2, or Issue 1, Volume 3, or however you want to. I'm probably on like Volume 10 right now. There's been a, there's been a cast change, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what that would be like for me being a trans person, like, because I'm obviously not the same person, so it'd be one hell of a ride. You know what I mean?
Creatives.
Yeah. People would probably complain.
People always complain.
All right, so I was sending out that tweet. I really wanted to get that tweet out so people know that we're live. Oh yeah, it does say how many viewers we have right there. That's awesome. Hey. So this is the first time I'm using StreamYard, so I'm pretty much just kind of winging it here and seeing how it's set up and everything. So I've been reading a lot. Let's first start off with let me pull it up here. I'll show you guys what I have been reading. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I've been reading. If you don't see the tweets, that's okay. I mean, it's whatever. Let's see here. One thing I wanted to talk about, I've been really digging into is the new 52 Supergirl run. I don't know if you're familiar.
I have not read it yet, but I've been wanting to read it for a while.
So the new 52 Supergirl run, let me start this off by saying that, like, I have not read any Supergirl, like, at all. I know Supergirl is Superman's cousin. She gets trapped out in space. Essentially.
I can't hear you. Are you mute? I think you're on mute, Aaron. All right, I think she's on mute, but maybe she can read my message. Can you hear me?
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
now I can hear you.
I need you.
Yes.
I need
Yes.
you to work, microphone. Okay, I need you to work. Hang in there. Well, I'm having microphone issues today, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, that's fine. That's fine. So when my microphone goes out, it's gonna mute me, this is if it goes out because I am watching it. If it goes out, just kind of fill the void. Okay,
All right. Cool.
that's your job, Jose. Fill the void.
All right. All right. Her microphone went out again, so I'm going to try to fill the void. She was talking about Supergirl, and we actually got a lot of good Supergirl news today. We have a new Supergirl in the movies coming up. I cannot remember the actress's name, but that is pretty exciting. Is anyone looking forward to that? Yes? No? Maybe so? Well, it's exciting. It's be good to see her on the big screen again. Now, while she's read the New 52, I have not read the New 52 Supergirl, but I have read a bunch of other Supergirls. My personal favorite run is the Sterling Gates run. I don't know if you guys read that, but I think if there's anyone that did any good, character development for her, it's Sterling Gates. If you haven't checked that run out, I highly recommend it. There's also the miniseries Being Super by Tamaki and Joelle Jones, which has some of the best Supergirl art. And it's only like 4 issues long. The trade's out in like different formats right now, so that's pretty easy to get. Erins, you back?
Yeah. I'm
Hey,
back.
I just
Sorry.
went on a. No worries. I just went on another Supergirl
I can hear
tangent.
you. I can hear you. Yeah, the
Oh, cool.
Sterling Gates, the Sterling Gates run that I've heard is really good. But I've been reading this New 52 run by Michael Green and art by Mike Johnson, and honestly, I've been enjoying it a lot. So, Supergirl, she comes to Earth a little bit late. Okay. A little bit late. Superman lands and he has time to age and actually, have a life. But for her, it's been like a day since like they left Krypton.
Yeah.
That's their home planet, right? Krypton, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Krypton. Yeah.
Krypton. She like mentions the city and stuff. First of all, I wanna say that I love her outfit in the New 52. Her outfit in the New 52 is just like, I mean, look at that. That
is pretty cool.
I love the design. It is just amazing. Like I wish I had this. I wish I had this outfit.
Those are pretty boss boots she has on. Those boots go up to the knee, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They're knee highs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Wonder Woman, kind of something akin to a Wonder Woman. You know what Wonder Woman wears. But anyway, that's about her. She crash lands. She doesn't know where she's at. She meets Kal-El. Kal-El is like, hey, you're from Krypton too, and they're both only speaking Krypton. Like she doesn't understand any of the humans because they speak English. She's obviously an alien. So the only person that essentially can communicate with her is Superman. But she doesn't trust Superman because she's like, you can't be my cousin. My cousin was just a baby, like yesterday or
She's on mute again. Poor Erin. But yes, if I recall, she doesn't trust Kal-El because to her, Krypton just blew up yesterday. Okay, she's back. You back? I don't think she's back. If I recall, she thinks Krypton like blew up yesterday in her world, but apparently, it had she had been stuck in space. I'm not too sure what the reason was for the New 52 run, but she was stuck in space for like 20 odd years or so, and that's why she's surprised to see Kal-El, her little baby cousin, all grown up, the person she was meant to protect.
I think it's I think it's really cool. I've read the first volume so far, and it's a cliffhanger. It's a two-part, so like the second volume continues the story. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good run so far. Eventually, I have all the volumes. I decided to go ahead and get all the volumes because I liked the first volume so much. And eventually, she becomes a Red Lantern, which is pretty freaking wacky. Could you imagine Supergirl as a Red Lantern? That's
That is pretty
insane.
awesome.
That is insane.
Is Michael Turner on for the whole run, or is it different team that switches up?
Honestly, I'd have to double check and look again. I'm not 100% about that. Let me see here. I don't have any of them. I know that they're the same for volume 2. Okay. I don't know. I believe it's a different creative team. It switches on volume 4 or volume 5. I'm pretty sure the Red Lantern stuff is a different creative team. But
Gotcha.
it's honestly, it's been a joy to read, and honestly, I don't really find myself interested in Supergirl very much, and this has really gotten me into the character. You know, it's the design. I really like the clean cut, like strong warrior design. Like she even mentions in the comic that she's wearing like some ceremonial like outfit, like a Kryptonian like ceremonial outfit that she wasn't even supposed to be wearing. And then she just happens to get like in the capsule and blown off, and Krypton gets destroyed. So she has it on, right? And it's just really cool. I don't really like the cheerleader look of Supergirl. You know what I mean? Like the whole like
with the skirt, with the little skirt and everything.
Yeah. It's just not a good look. And we're gonna go into how female characters are overly sexualized with their outfits in comic books, and I feel like Supergirl is one of those characters, and I feel like this outfit really, it says a lot for her. It's not.
Have you read the
It's not too revealing. Like the only skin that shows in her outfit is like her forearms and like her thighs. That's it. That's
the I'm trying to remember who the artist was. I want to say it's Turner, but the Jeff Loeb run. Yes, the Jeff Loeb run. The Supergirl is like 16 years old, but that is like the most sexualized Supergirl you'll ever see. Like every other panel. What was that?
I don't like how they, especially when it's like a 16-year-old character, how they like overly sexualize the like I just don't it feels gross to me, and it's really hard for me to like connect with the character and find myself liking that character, you know what I mean? And I feel like people
Sorry, no, it's weird. I'm just saying, like, you're right. It's hard to connect with that character, and it's like hard to take it seriously because like it's like a kid that they're really sexualizing it. It's if you feel wrong reading it and looking at it. And
definitely.
Like the first time you see her, she's naked except for Superman's cape around her. That's the first time you see her in that run. It's
like, do we need those visuals? Like, do those visuals? First of all, you have to ask yourself, the art is supposed to aid the story, right?
Yes, you're right.
So do those visuals aid the story at all? Can you tell the story that you want to tell without those visuals? You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good question. And for that one, I think you could alter the story a little bit. And earlier when your mic went on mute,
like it does.
Yeah, like it does. The Sterling Gates, when Sterling Gates came on, he took over from that run. And one of the things that him and the artist he had on wanted to do was to try to get away from that sexualized look. And every time a new issue came out, her skirt became a little bit longer. Her midriff started getting a little bit, more closed. Because she also had like the midriff too with her belly bump.
You did mention since we're still on Supergirl for some not for some reason. Honestly, I like the dress outfit. I don't know if you guys have seen the Future State, the Carzero outfit. I really like that one too. But the book that you mentioned earlier, the Mario Tamaki one, is that
Being
it?
Super?
Being Super. she's just like, I've flipped through that book. Like, I haven't read it yet, but I've flipped through it, and like, she just seems to have like gym shorts and a tank top on, like the entire book.
Yeah. Well, she's in school. She's on the track team, I think, or something.
Yeah,
like
she's
that.
like,
Yeah.
she's like me, just like hanging out at my apartment, like just chilling. Like, that's her outfit through the book, and I think that was pretty unique.
I actually like that a
something.
lot. Have you read that one yet?
No, I haven't read that one yet.
One of the reasons why I like that book a lot is because I think it really captures youth well, like teen youth very well. And that's how teens dress.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So moving on, I have a going on talking about like what we've been reading lately. I wanted to talk about Die. So
I have not read this yet.
Die is this indie book by Kieran Gillian. Pretty much, it reminds me of it's like a Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so the plot is this kid, he's having a birthday party, right? And he invites all his friends over. One of his friends happens to bring his little sister, and she gets roped into it. But like, this game he invents is like kind of sucks them into like a Jumanji kind of thing. And they went missing for like 2 years, and then apparently they had beaten the game or did whatever they needed to do in the game to come out of it. But they had like cast this like magic curse on each other before they like left, so they couldn't talk about it at all. They just could not talk about it. So you flash forward like 25 years into the future, right? Everybody's age, they're all adults, everybody has their life, and they get sucked back into this fantasy world that they thought, it's pretty unique. It's like an adult Jumanji, Dungeons and Dragons, and I honestly really like it. I like the main character, Ash, this white haired girl here. Ash is the main character. I forget their name. It's like John or like Johnny or something. It's they're a male, but when they went into the game, they're a female, right? And this character has so many trans vibes. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to see where it's going. I would recommend it. The first trade paperback is only $10 on like Amazon. Definitely worth it. Really, really, really good read. The visuals, it's like you're reading a Dungeons and Dragons book. I did pick up volume 2. I haven't gotten to it yet, but the visuals, oh my god, it's just
Who's the artist on that again?
What's up?
Who's the artist on that again?
The artist on this, what is his first name? It's Stephanie Hans. Sorry.
Oh.
It's Kieran Gillian and Stephanie Hans. I was thinking Caitlin Kells was the artist, but he's the letterer. I was looking at the wrong name. It happens. But yeah, I've been reading that too. And the other trade paperback that I've sunk my teeth into since we've last been live and doing our show. Let's see here. Ozma of Oz. That's it. And you know Ozma of Oz, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're familiar with the Oz anthology,
yes.
right? So this is pretty much a comic adaptation of the Ozma of Oz. And the thing I really like the most about, obviously, Ozma is like a trans. She's an allegory for a trans person. Like, she gets captured as a little girl and turned into a little boy and forced to live as a little boy like all her life until she finds out the secret that she's actually a little girl. The thing I like about this book, though, is the artist. Do you see the artist?
Scooty Young. Yeah,
I really like Scooty Young.
I love Scooty Young.
He's amazing. Belina the chicken here. Oh man, Belina. Have you ever seen the movie Return to Oz?
I have not. No.
So the movie, right? The chicken talks like, it's like a rooster. It's like, it talks like in really high pitch. So like, I found it really fun to read this in like that voice. What's the other one? The Wheelers. The Wheelers are really cool. They're really scary.
God, I love that art. Look at that.
Yeah, they're really creepy. But my favorite was TikTok. When TikTok You haven't seen the movie, so you don't know. But TikTok like breaks up every single syllable, like when he talks, because he talks like on a like you know. So he like breaks up every little syllable when he talks, and I find it really fun to read that. And then we have here Stoney's favorite character was TikTok too. This is from Cthulhu versus Oz, or Cthulhu invades Oz, I think it is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of people like Oz stuff. Obviously, Ozma's pretty badass. So yeah, that's what I've been reading recently. I know you said you're catching up on things.
I'm still catching up in the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hard couple weeks for us.
Yeah.
And for you particularly. So like, I'm not too worried about it. This is kind of a reintroduction to the format of our show, and I'm hoping, as we did on Twitch, it'll get better as we go. So the next Batman. What did you think about the next Batman? This is number 3.
The third. Yes. I liked it actually. It's been one of the best. That's probably the second best book in the Future State line so far.
Honestly, I'm kind of torn myself because I really like it. It might be the best. And I'm only saying that because of sheer amount of content. Wonder Woman is my favorite.
Same here,
but as far as like the best and the more bang for your buck, the next Batman is pretty awesome.
I mean, bang for your buck, yes. The best. I mean, the next Batman, like the main story is a little bit more than half the issue, and the 2 backup stories are still pretty full. They're still pretty packed.
Oh, the backup stories, don't even get me started. I don't even talk about them in my little tweets here. There's just too much to talk about in the backup
There's a lot
stories.
To talk about
the Signal of the Outsiders with Katana and this Signal.
Black Lightning. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Lightning. And then there's the Arkham Knights with like all the people from Arkham. You got Clayface, you got Croc, you got Two-Face, you got
Dr. Phosphorus.
Dr. Phosphorus. I'm trying to think of the other guys' names. You got the weird little guy with the tail. I forget his name.
Copperhead.
Yeah. And then you got Astrid. You got Astrid the leader, and she's like.
I was gonna say I actually really like Astrid a lot in these backup stories.
I would like to see Arkham Knights become like a main, like maybe not like a main ongoing, but maybe like a limited edition. You know what I mean? You know, I'd like to see more of the Arkham Knights.
Honestly, like I know some of the books coming out and starting like March or April are going to start having backups. Like Detective's going to have a backup, and I think the Joker series that starts in a couple months is supposed to have a backup. I wouldn't mind seeing Arkham Knights still continue as a backup.
I would like content. That too. I like this Batman though. I just want to say that like. So I have here Batman helps 2 murderers escape execution so that they could receive a fair trial. So what's happening in the storyline is Batman witnesses a murder. Okay, there's this couple that murders somebody, and Batman witnesses it. But the thing is, they have masks on when they murder this guy. So like the magistrate has a shoot to kill on anybody who's wearing a mask. So Batman sees this as he's got to save those murderers because they're not going to receive a fair trial. They're just going to be executed. So Batman's he wants them to receive a fair trial. So he ends up like trying to save them. I don't know if he's successful yet because I haven't read the 4th issue. And with that cliffhanger, I honestly, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm kind of excited here. But that's pretty much the story. And like the world around Batman right now is the magistrate and the peacekeepers are like pretty much fascist Nazis.
Patrolling Gotham,
patrolling Gotham, and they hate anybody with a cape, you know? They hate capes.
They kind of make fun of, don't they? I don't know if it's in the next Batman or the other Batman related titles, but don't they like look down on the GCPD a lot too?
Oh yeah, they hate the fucking GCPD,
Yeah.
but the GCPD is like, oh, we have to work with them.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a choice because they're the ones that like let the masks like go so long unchained or whatever you have it. But this Batman, I really like his look. I really like his look. First of all, I'm gonna start with the mask. I love the mask and how the cow doesn't stop at the nose. You know how Bruce has like his like chin out all the time?
Yeah.
This one just goes like all over his like it covers his entire face, right?
Yeah.
And
I like it. I love it.
I've been wondering why is that. I
It'd probably be easier to keep his identity secret, maybe.
Yeah, like we know he's African American, and I think if you have your skin exposed, that maybe you would it'd be easier to identify somebody. That's one less factor. So I think you might be right. That might be like an extra like thing to keep his identity safe. And the next thing I like about his whole outfit is his shoulder pads.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the shoulder pads, they're just a clean look. Like the cape is attached to the shoulder pads, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like a knight. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's like the knight armor. It's like the knight armor they wear. It makes sense.
I always think Batman's cape is the dumbest thing ever. How he's just like always like over his shoulders, like the whole cape goes under his shoulders. But I really like this look, how the cape attaches to the actual shoulder pads. It's really clean. I really like this look.
Probably easier to control the cape with that too.
Yeah. I don't know who designed this look, but I definitely, he's pretty cool. I love the next Batman is definitely where it's
worth
at.
checking out.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. It's over now, so we're done with that.
Well, it's got miniseries is coming back in a couple months.
It's in a couple months, but for now, we're done with the next Batman. So I would definitely pick it up while you can, especially since the second and probably third prints are coming out. I know the second print's already out because I got the second print's variant covers. And the next Future State book that I would really like to talk about,
Catwoman.
Future State Catwoman. Yeah, this cover is pretty good. Let me show you guys. So this is, I believe it's the Art Germ cover.
Art Germ?
Yeah. It's really nice. I like it because I really like her design, and I haven't seen if they're actually going to come out with the Catwoman character design yet, like they have been for all the other Future State characters. I really want the Catwoman one, and I haven't even seen it yet. So like, I don't know if they're coming out with.
Yeah.
So I picked this one up. I picked this one up just in case, just in case. So Selena, Selena's in Alleytown. We know she's in Alleytown, and she's taking care of all the stray little orphans and anybody who needs, help. That's her. She takes care of the kids there. But the magistrate are loading all the kids up into a train and taking them off to re-education camps. Pretty much. We know what that is, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So Selena has a whole train heist to escape. I mean, not escape, but to help these kids escape and, not be re-educated. So it's a Catwoman. It's a two-issue limited series Catwoman story about a train heist. And train heists are really, really cool. I love train heists. But I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but she ends up saving or being saved by Bruce Wayne. And that happens pretty early in the book, so I don't think that's a spoiler.
It happened. It's like he's in at the end of issue 1, I believe.
Yeah, you definitely know he's in it. But like, I like how he's like beating up people and stuff, and he's just like completely like he just got really long hair and a really long beard. So like he's just not wearing like his Batman. He's just like nobody knows who he is though.
It's just like some random dude.
Yeah, I also like how Selena's little eye guard got fucking oops. Gotta watch that. I like how it got broke.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I don't think your cat approved of that.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh.
So anyway, this I like how her little eye guard got broke in like the first couple panels of this, and it stayed broke. Like so you could like see her like little eye expressions and stuff throughout like the entire issue. It was pretty good attention to detail. Like it was. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I haven't read it yet, but no, not yet.
Okay, so I'm not really spoiling that much for you.
No. I'm just appreciating this page, though. I love this page, especially the banner
definitely.
around with the eye.
This is like she gets knocked down and then she gives the look with like through that when it breaks like through the little eye thing, and then she gets up and just like with the whip and just does the Catwoman thing. And then that this is like the scientist guy, and he's like the head little Nazi. He's like, we must re-educate the children. Yeah, we know what you are.
We know what you're doing.
Yeah, we know what you're doing, guy. There's one more thing I wanted to show. It's been 2 weeks. We got a lot to go through.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot to go through.
I don't want to talk about the Harley Quinn because I have some opinions about it that I need to write down later.
That's fine. We can do a special about Harley one day.
So this is Wonder Woman Future State, the Jenny Frison variant. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
That is such a beautiful cover. That's just amazing. It's just awesome.
This is one of the most beautiful. This is really amazing. And if you open it up and read it, this is one of the sweetest. Just you really learn who Yara Flor is. You really learn who her character is. You really learn what her motivations are and what she really wants with like what she's trying to do despite everything. You know what I mean? Like I have in here Yara Flor tries so hard, even going to the underworld to bring back a lost loved one. And
going to hell and back.
I think that's something we can honestly relate to.
Not gonna lie, this one kind of hit deep for me when I first read it, because this was the first book I read, when I was starting to catch up reading, and just what she was doing it touched something. I appreciated it. It was in a good way, though. It made me enjoy the book a little bit more. It
really gets you, and I think it got me. I lost my brother, and like there was a whole like sibling archetype here that like you don't even know about until like it gets you before, and when it gets you, it's too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Like you're reading this book and you're like, oh, this is awesome. I like Yara, and then all of a sudden you're crying. And I had to move away the book because I didn't want to get anything on this. I
brought 2 copies, so just in case.
This is amazing. I love this. I love this almost as much as the character design I have back there.
Yeah. No, I mean that
almost as much. So moving on, I want to go to what is today? Today's Friday. We always do this on Friday. We like to sit around and talk about comic books on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how did you enjoy Black Cat?
Black Cat? Good. It was good. So I wanted to show off these character designs. Yara Flor. Kara Zor-El.
That should be her main outfit.
It should be. And then Jess Chambers. Which I don't know much about, but I really like her design here. I was trying to find that one tweet that I need to find. I need to learn how to do this secretly. Where the hell is my tweet at? Jose, where's it at? Where's my new comic book day tweet, Jose? Where's my new comic book day?
So let me see.
Guys, when was new comic book day this week? Was it still Wednesday?
Is it about the book we were talking about right before we went on?
Oh yeah, okay. So these are my top picks. Okay, I need to get
Oh,
used to doing this. These are my top picks for this week. Stillwater 6, Chip
Stillwater.
Zdarsky, Raymond K. Perez, and Mike Spicer. Amazing book. Love this book. This series. This is the end of the first arc. This series. You haven't read it yet?
Not this issue, but I've read everything
Okay.
up to this issue. But it's surprisingly how poignant it is now.
Okay, so I sent Jose a message like almost immediately after reading this, and I was like, "Yo, fuck Ted." You remember that? I was like, "Yo, fuck Ted."
Oh God.
I got to get used to that.
It's PG-13, so you're allowed 2 or 3.
No, bad, Aaron. No. Anyway, I was just like, screw Ted, okay? I was like, Ted, not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. He's just, F this guy. Is that better? Freak this guy?
F this guy sounds better.
Yeah, he's pretty much the whole military archetype, like, gone wrong. You know what I mean? Like the psycho crazy military guy, but yet he's immortal too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's trying to make all his buddies immortal as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's just not. I mean, look at the guy. You can see him on the cover here. Like the knife goes through like right at his like waist. He's just, that whole group of dudes just look like a bunch of assholes. And then my other top pick for this week was Scout's Honor.
This I've read.
Did you read it?
I've read this one, yes. I read this one last week.
Yo. Okay, so Scout's Honor. I don't want to talk too much about Scout's Honor because we're going to have an episode dedicated to Scout's Honor. It's not going to be our first episode back, obviously, but in a couple weeks, we're going to be having that writer, David Propose. Is that how you say that? Is it Proposey?
I think it's Propose or Proposey, one of those two.
Okay,
but
you gotta ask him because I don't want to. I don't want to mispronounce his name when I have him here. But this has honestly been like one of my favorite things. Like I've been hyping this up, and I've been just telling everybody to read this. It's on issue 2 now, so like
that's how good it is.
If you want to jump on, like now's the chance to jump on it.
This is one of the best books on the stands right now. Like
this is one of the most underrated books. Aftershock, we've talked about Aftershock in great length before, and I really like Aftershock. And there's another title out that I read actually.
I have not read the
Maniac of New York. Let me tell you, just one banger after another. These guys are releasing like seriously, like just one banger after another. Like every single Aftershock title I pick up off the stand is like just amazing. Just absolute amazing. And I think what I like the most about Aftershock titles is the world building.
Oh yeah.
They have amazing world building. And then at the end of like the first issue, they always have like this little like explanation, like this little PSA pages at the back that like explain the world building and like help set the mood and like so you understand the world and how the world operates more. Like this Maniac of New York, there's somebody killing. There's somebody did a mass killed like 87 people in New York. Okay, and it's just like it's like a Jason Voorhees type guy, and nobody can stop him. He's immortal. He's invincible. Nobody can stop him. So what they do is they just learn how to deal with it. So like at the end of the book, like the PSAs, like it'll be like certain times in like certain areas, like don't forget to stay out of this area, and if you see anything suspicious, don't make sure you call this number, like, or else we'll have another maniac attack, and like there's one like every week though, and they just can't stop it. It's been like years. But that's the one thing I really love about Aftershock titles is the world building. Scout's Honor is like, I don't want to get into Scout's Honor.
Yeah, we'll save Scout's Honor for that
Yeah,
episode.
I want to have an actual educated discussion about Scouts on, not just say, "Hey, this book is good. Check it out." Okay, so that's like all I've honestly been reading and like doing the past couple weeks. I mean, we haven't been streaming, so we haven't really been talking about as much. I did want to talk about the new Helena Wayne outfit, but do you have anything? Do you have anything you wanted to discuss
about Helena Wayne or about anything else?
Just anything else comic book related? You know, like there's been a lot of like EVS
not
tweeted
at the moment.
at me. EVS was in my mentions.
EVS.
Yeah, that piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Piece of poop. He's a piece of poop.
Piece of poop.
Poop.
The very bad man in the comics, Skates. It was in my mentions, okay?
How did he get in your mentions?
I don't know, but he ended up in my mentions, and I had to like purge my entire soul. Like I literally got off Twitter and like yeah, I'm having a really hard time not cursing right now.
God, I gotta look for that.
Yeah, I think you might have saw. I don't know. I retweeted it. He tweeted at me. I forget what it was about. Like I tweeted at him and I was just like, "Yo, you know, the typical blank 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 comics blank blank gate blank blank, you know," and and he was just like, "Comicsgate is a love group." Like what?
Oh, wasn't that a while back? Or
yeah, no, that was like a week or two ago. Like he was like, "Comicsgate is a love group," and I was just like, "Are you what? Why are you tweeting that? No." Like, no,
it's not.
Yeah, I was just like, "Yo, I gotta take a shower now. Thanks."
Wash all the hate off.
Yeah, well, gotta wash all the hate off. Just completely cleanse myself, my timeline. I blocked him. I chain blocked him.
I don't blame you.
Like, I can't. Like, why? It found me. Why?
It has nothing better to do.
It literally. Okay, what books? Okay,
I was
Cyberfrog. Is that one of his books?
That's what it's like, something like that. Yeah, I haven't read it, but it's something like that.
Because I was looking at his Twitter profile like at that day, and he was talking about how Cyberfrog is like a wholesome, family-oriented comic, and I was like looking at like the cover, and I was like,
every image I see of it doesn't look
like, wait, what is the? No, wait, you gotta Google. I gotta Google this. Like, what is the like back? What is Cyberfrog's like? What is Cyberfrog? Okay.
Origin story.
What is? I gotta see this. Do you know? I know he wrote a Firestorm book, but like
I have no idea what Cyberfrog's about. I just know it's his creation, and I've seen pictures of it.
I've been trying to stay away from anything EVS, but like it's really funny how he called Cyberfrog a the wholesome family title.
Wholesome.
Like, yeah, he went as so far to say that it's wholesome. It's a wholesome, family-oriented comic book. And I can't even find. Cyberfrog doesn't even have a wiki page. Like,
that's how wholesome it is.
It's how wholesome it is. You can't even find anything about it. What is it about?
I don't know, but if you can't find anything about it, that's kind of shitsy.
Yeah, I can't find like any like synopsises about it. It just kind of links. It just kind of links to his like Wikipedia, and then his Wikipedia just says that he's like the founder of Comicsgate, and yeah, we're not. Yeah. Like, I have better things to read by actual artists actual writers that can write good stories and actually relate to human beings and other, things.
Birds of prey.
I have
Love
better.
that.
I have better stuff to read. What's that? Yeah. What's that name
Gale's
right there? What's that
the
name
queen
right
right there.
there? I have better things to read.
All hail Gale.
I keep this just on hand just so I can be like, yeah,
Can,
I'd rather not. I have better things to read.
much better.
Oh man, if I had to pick, okay, this is funny. If you had to pick one writer to read, like your desert island writer, just
You're
one.
looking at her.
I can't. What is
You're
that?
looking at her name.
Oh yeah.
Gail Simone.
Okay, so if you had so the perfect what would you think would the perfect like creative team would be like if you had to have one writer and one artist and one colorer.
One writer and one artist.
Colorers are very important.
Colorer would be Jodie Barler, hands down. Jodie Barler, she's a great colorist.
Who's the colorist on Three Jokers?
Oh, I don't know who colored it, but like the art and coloring of that series was good. The story itself was bad, but
Yeah, okay.
Jason Fabok was the artist. I know.
Jason Fabok. So I'd probably have to pick either. I'm having a toss up here. I don't know if Gail. I don't know if I would pick Gail or Tom Taylor.
I love Tom Taylor. Like, oh, my artist is Peach Momoko. I love Peach Momoko.
Has Peach Momoko done an ongoing series though?
She's doing one right now. Coming up. Is it an encore? I don't know if it's ongoing or mini, but like she has a new series coming out. Written and drawn by her.
I want to see her actual like panel work before I judge.
Gotcha.
Because I've only ever seen covers done by her. So her covers are awesome. Don't get me wrong, her covers are amazing. Yeah. But you know, there's a big difference between a cover and like panels. Yeah.
Another one I would say is Nicola.
I'm sure she'll do fine, but I'm just excited to see it. You know, and I don't really want to judge it until I can see it. But I'm thinking here. Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Gail Simone for writer.
But character Tom Taylor is another one.
The artist. I'm having a hard time between Jason Fabok because I really, 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 really love his art. His art is just like the Three Jokers, probably visually the best Red Hood and Barbara that I've seen visually.
Oh yeah, visually they're beautiful.
Like it was just I couldn't get enough of it. You know what I mean? Like the colors, everything about that book visually was stunning. I really want that, but with like a Barbara story written by a writer that actually knows what they're doing. Not Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
Gail Simone, Tom Taylor, or Sam Humphries are going to be the writers
Sam Humphries would be a good choice.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely going to be the choices that I make for like Desert Island creative team. It'd either be artist would be either Jason Fabok or trying to think of like any standout. I like Jorge Jimenez.
The only one Jimenez, I love Jimenez. His character design covers are great, but like his work on Batman series was good.
I really like it. Like it's pretty off the chain. I also like Jason Sean Alexander.
How about Nicola Scott?
Another good one. I don't.
Or Gilliam March.
Yeah. Crap, I'm trying to think. There's so many good standout artists, and when I say standout artists, I usually look for artists that are doing things differently in their art. You know, there's a lot of comic book art that just looks, you know, very similar to. You know, there's just comic book art that looks like comic book art, right?
Yeah.
And then there's comic book art that stands out. And I think that Jimenez, or how you say that? Jimenez?
Jimenez.
I think he's got a really standout style. I really enjoyed the Joker Wars art style. Like the art style, I couldn't get enough of the art. The story was I'm trying to think. I'm blanking. I am blanking so hard right now on artists.
How about Mitch Gerald?
Yeah, I mean, I like him. Who's that? Who's the artist for this Cat Bat series? Isn't it
Clayman?
Clayman? Yeah. His art is really sleek. I just wish he would take Helena out of a thong.
You know, here's my deal with Clayman. He's a great artist. He's got a good style. And this is kind of circling back to what we were talking about with Supergirl. Almost every single female character he does is really super sexualized. The first thing that comes to mind is, have you ever read Heroes in Crisis?
I have not, but I know the style that you're referencing.
Yeah, like the like one of the scenes that I really was kind of like really disturbing and in poor taste was where Barbara Gordon is showing her bullet wound, but you can see her ass and her thong through her tights when she's seen it, and it's just kind of like how Helena's right here. Oh, excuse me, said a naughty word.
What'd you say?
I said you can see Barbara's butt and her thong when she's showing her.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. You did.
From where?
So this is Helena Wayne. I think it's Helena Wayne, right? Because she's talking to Mom, and Mom is Selena. So
yeah.
So well, you haven't read it yet, but she does talk to Mom, and her mom is Selena. So this is her like outfit, and she's standing here next to Dick. I cut that off. Dick is the commissioner of the GCPD, and she's the current the Bat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is her outfit. She's got like spandex, complete spandex, but it's okay. She's got bulletproof bra on.
Can I ask you a question? I cannot. I don't know if I don't have experience from this. You would have better experience if you want to go back to the first panel, if I may.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one of the best things I like about Batman is his utility belt. Helena, I know she's supposed to be a combination of Batman and Catwoman, doesn't have a utility belt, but she has the pouches right there by her breasts. Are those convenient to get? Are those,
Yeah, they would be. Yeah, they'd be pretty convenient.
They are
like convenient as like a holster that you would have there.
Would it be easier than having a belt, or?
I don't know. I think I would much prefer her to have the belt.
Yeah, same here. That's where I was getting it.
She's got the belt that's like kind of like a harness right here on like her like right above her midriff here, and then she's got like it appears to be like a bulletproof bra. She's keeping the titties nice and safe. So you got to keep the girls safe, but like everything below that midriff is just complete span. You can even see her like.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Like, I don't have it, but there is a shot of her backside.
I saw that shot. I know the shot you're talking about.
There is a shot of her backside, and you can just picture it.
Yeah. It's actually the same kind of shot they had for Barbara Gordon, Heroes of Crisis.
She's just kind of flying through the air with just like she's pretty much naked with like a bulletproof Kevlar bra on.
It's just a weird design.
It's just I wasn't expecting it. When I first saw this went through Twitter really quickly. Some people had complaints. Some people, everybody's got their opinion when it comes to this design here. Some people like it. Some people hate it. Some people are just in the middle and don't care either way. I honestly hate it. I think they could have done better with it. I'm not going to stop reading the series because of it. I still want to read the series. But like I was saying, when I first saw this, I didn't know what series it was in. And then like I got my books on New Comic Book Day, and I got home and I got to Cat Bat 3. I didn't flip through it at all, and I opened it up and I was like, oh my god, it's this series.
I saw
So,
Tom King. Yeah.
So like, okay, it hardly, she has hardly anything. I mean, I'm not gonna say she has hardly anything to do with the story, but like she's kind of not the main focus of the story. So like
It's Selena, right?
it's forgivable. She's just a part of the story. She's just playing a part. It's Selena's story. Yeah, it's Selena's story. I'm guessing because okay. This is the thing about this. This is the thing, especially with Tom King. I wish I had all of it, like all 12 issues, to just read through instead of like one issue at a time every month, because Tom King likes to jump around in like past and future,
That is my
And
one critique of the series so far, is that that the timeline is not.
you have to really like focus on the shifts in the time, because it goes from like future to like present to like past to past present. It shifts around so much, you know what I mean? And it's really confusing, and I find that I have the same problem with I don't talk about reading it much because I don't know, it'd be confusing to talk about. I don't know if you read Strange Adventures.
It's the same thing, but the one thing about Strange Adventures though is that there's two different artists, so that's a little bit easier to keep track of, but still there's a lot of jumping around.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot. There's so much jumping around in Strange Adventures too, and that's Tom King. I honestly think that's his writing style.
When it comes to Tom King, I do like his works more than I dislike his works. There's some works he's done I really don't like, but
he likes telling stories through flashbacks.
He likes flashbacks, but yeah, it's just yeah. But like he has this thing about like Grant Morrison's kind of the same way, where like it's better when you read everything all at once as opposed to issue by issue.
Yeah, it's nothing against telling the story,
not
jumping
like
around in time. It just doesn't really work out too much with the monthly format, because by the time I get the next issue, I forgot like everything, all the jump around spots of the last issue. You know what I mean? So I'm picking this issue up and I'm starting to read it, and I'm like, what the hell happened in the last issue? So I got to go back and like flip through the last issue and see what happened. And, I typically don't have to do that with comics, because comics have a good way of letting you know what happened in the last issue really quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's usually like just someone recapping or exposition, or what Marvel does is like that page, like last issue,
Yeah, usually you don't have that problem with comics, but like when you're experimenting with four different timelines, when you're experimenting with four different Tom King lines here, like, you know what I mean? It's just that's the one problem I have with the series. It's just the one problem I have with it. That's why. That and her costume. That's why I've decided that I'm not gonna read anymore. I'm just gonna save it until it's all out.
That makes sense. You're gonna collect the trade then, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Because honestly, he's jumping around way too much.
If it's any consolation, that's probably how he's writing it for. A lot of writers do that. They write for the trade as opposed to single issues. But
that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm just like.
You're just getting a little taste of it, yeah.
At the end of an issue, I'm just getting just a little bit of information.
Yeah.
It's just, I
know sometimes it works.
It's not working with this. It's not working with this. Not at all.
Not 100% with this. It worked with Mr. Miracle. I love that series. I think it worked well with that.
Oh, I didn't read that one.
I think that's his best work personally. That's my personal opinion. But it worked well with that. But for Batcat,
you're not the only person to say that. And I feel the same way about Strange Adventures. That book is so confusing to me. That's why I don't ever talk about it.
Strange, like once, have you read Rorschach?
No, I don't do.
never,
I've never.
talk
Okay,
about jumping around. Jesus Christ. Excuse me.
okay.
Just like,
Talk about taking my comics card. Okay. I've never read Watchmen.
that's fine.
I've never read Watchmen. So like Rorschach came out. Okay, I know who Rorschach is, but like, why would I read his solo series if I never read Watchmen? You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I
I
don't
hear
know
you.
anything about Watchmen, so like, other than like the characters. So like, I'm not gonna read I'm not gonna read a Watchmen character that I don't know anything about. You know, I have Watchmen. I need to read it. It's been sitting on my shelf for so long, but like, you need time with Alan Moore. You know what I mean? That's a
Especially with
long 12 issues. The Watchmen. I don't know if you've
it's
ever
a,
like read it, but that's a long.
I've read it.
I've read 2
It's a
issues
long.
so far. It's long.
Have you read any of the supplemental material that came with it, like all the newspaper articles and stuff like that?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot
And
to take in.
that's why I've kind of just shied myself away from it, because honestly, I don't want to invest 2 or 3 weeks into like one thing and then not get to enjoy everything else that I enjoy. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. It makes sense.
So you really have to break up and like budget your time, so to say, with your reading.
It's like, oh, I'll take a week off comics and read Watchmen.
It's really hard. It's really hard. I don't know if you've listened to the podcast, Gals of Geekdom.
I've listened to.
Okay, so there's an episode of Gals of Geekdom where we actually have this guy John reads comics. I think it was episode 1 or 2 we did. But John reads comics. He came on and he talked to me a little bit about Watchmen, and he recommended this podcast, this 12-issue podcast that has you listen to after you read an issue of Watchmen, that kind of like breaks everything down and explains it. So there's
What's
an
the name of the
episode
podcast?
per issue. Honestly,
If you don't know, don't worry about it. Yeah.
I wish let me look here to see if I have it, but it was something that I was going to do when I read Watchmen, was listen to the podcast along with it, because it apparently, you know, I've had several people tell me about it. Several people tell me to do that, because apparently Watchmen's not the easiest thing to understand.
It is not. I mean, while it is a good work, it is not like, it's one of those books where it's like, it's one of those must-read comic books. If someone's reading a comic book for the first time, I would not recommend that book until like years down the line.
Oh, it's called 12 Minutes to Midnight.
12 Minutes to Midnight. That's a good podcast title.
There's 12 episodes, and they're all like, you know, post Watchmen issues. So you pretty much listen to them as you read the issues. I think that I thank you, John. I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you still follow me on Twitter. You're a really cool guy. I believe he was like math teacher or something. Really cool guy. He gave me a list of podcasts to do with comic books, and I have it right. Like so many of these. So many of these. For Observations with Rob Liefeld. Yikes.
Yikes.
Jeez. Oh.
But yeah, as I was saying, Rorschach jumps around timeline a lot. I read like the first 2 issues. I remember reading the first 2 issues, like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel with Strange Adventures. Like, I have no idea. Like, I feel like it's not a story for someone that doesn't know anything about Adam Strange, which is me. I was like, oh, Strange Adventures, Adam Strange, this looks cool. And then I picked it up, and then I'm reading it. I know nothing about Adam Strange. So this book, with Tom King's real confusing writing, jumping all around different time periods, different planets, I have no idea what's going on. Like, no idea what's going on. First, Mr. Fantastic was an enemy. Now he's not an enemy. Then he was a fake, and now he's not a fake. And now the Pike are coming from to attack Earth, but they're not. But we need Batman's help, but Batman's not here. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Like, stop.
You know, like, Adam Strange is one of those characters. Like, I understand he's an older character. People love him. I could really give a shit about him.
I like I like Adam
He's a,
Strange. I like the whole concept, but I don't think that was a good first Adam Strange book for me to pick up because I don't know what's going on.
it could be too. Like I mentioned earlier, I love Mr. Miracle, but I also love all the New God stuff from Jack Kirby. I love all
Oh,
that stuff. I devour that stuff,
absolutely. Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
that's probably why I like his Mr. Miracle series a lot, because he obviously loves that series, too, and
Oh,
he obviously likes Adam Strange a lot. I'm not a huge Adam Strange fan, so I'm not the right audience for that.
okay. So I watched the other day. Shoot. I watched the other day. What is it? Death in the Family. Yeah, it was Death in the Family.
The Red Hood movie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, kind of the Red Hood movie. It was I don't know what it was, honestly. It was like the Death in the Family movie, but then it had like a bunch of shorts. Like it was only like 28 minutes long, which kind of confused me. But then
Was it the choose your own adventure one,
no,
or was it
no,
the one?
it was different. I thought it was, but it only turned out to be like 20 minutes long. But then it had like different other shorts. It had a short about Sergeant Rock. It had a short about the Phantom Stranger. It had a short about Death from Sandman, and it also had a short about Adam Strange. And I really enjoyed it. I wish I knew what it was called so I could tell you about it. But it was just a really good Adam Strange story, and I felt like that was a good introduction to the character, better than reading Tom King's Adam Strange. Seriously, I'm reading it. You didn't know I was reading it, did you?
I think you mentioned it once, and
I don't talk about it because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I'm reading that I have no idea about.
I will say this: it is well written, and the art is great. But
it is. It's pretty. I like the covers too. There's been a couple great covers with that series.
And there are moments in that series, like if you just reading a couple moments here and there, they're just really well done. But
yeah, but I don't know what's going on. Like overall, I have no idea. I just that.
Like, have you read the latest issue, the last issue that came out?
I don't even remember, honestly. I did. I did.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't.
I read it. I definitely read it.
May I spoil something? Maybe.
What's up? Yeah,
something?
you can maybe spoil. I'm not too concerned about this series.
I don't remember the city, but apparently a city had been like destroyed, and I don't know when that happened.
Wasn't there a couple cities that were destroyed?
I think so, but like the beginning of the last issue, just
I'm pretty sure there were. I'm pretty sure the Earth was getting invaded, and like
a couple cities were destroyed. So it was a couple cities, just one.
A couple of cities were destroyed, I think, and I have to look. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I said, Adam Strange is really confusing to me.
I'll finish collecting them. I'll read them all the way through.
And explain it to me?
I'll try to explain it to you.
But it's like never reading anything Spider-Man related and then like picking up Spider-Man trade like volume 6 of like some random run and like reading through it and being absolutely confused and not knowing what's going on or who any of the characters are. That's me when it comes to Adam Strange, okay? I'm just reading and I have no idea what I'm reading. All right, guys. Well,
yeah.
Is there anything else we want to talk about as far as new comic books that are coming out? It's pretty much what this stream is going to be about. Is a catch up. It's a catch up stream. This is our issue 1 on YouTube. This is a reboot. This is a catch up.
We can talk about this another time, but are you a big Todd McFarlane fan?
I have mixed feelings about good old Todd.
Yeah, he has his own line coming. He has his like own line of books coming up through him, or something like that. Like a Spawn verse. Yeah,
yeah. The Spawn. I'm not really.
Yeah. Your 2 cents. Don't really care.
I don't really care.
Can I share a secret with you?
Sure.
I've never read an issue of Spawn before.
Well,
That's it.
you're not missing out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say you're not.
It's a character everyone loves. I really never got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
I
have like the first 15 issues of Spawn, honestly. They were all the McFarlane interiors. He stopped after 15. So I have all the books with the McFarlane interiors, and then I have Spawn 300 and I have Spawn 200, and yeah, you're not missing out on anything. It's not.
No, I didn't think I was.
Either you like Spawn or you don't like Spawn. Like I don't know. I don't like. I have some of the early stuff because I'm a collector, and you know I enjoy Todd McFarlane's artwork. His Philadelphia cover he did not too long ago was pretty good. But honestly,
really good.
Honestly, I like Jim Lee a lot more.
That's a fantastic cover right there. Look at the way Phantasm is true.
Like Jim Lee is just. I think I got 2 Jim Lee covers this week, honestly. Oh, I did. Oh my God, I did. I got the Batman, the next Batman.
Oh, that's right. You got the variant for it.
Yeah. Because my LCS gives me all the Jim Lee variants because I'm just anything Jim Lee, McFarlane, or Liefeld, he gives me their variants because he knows I want them. He knows I definitely want all the Jim Lee variants. I will take any Jim Lee art I can, and luckily he's doing variants for the Batcat series, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I don't know if I can get over to the other side of my room from here. Yeah, I can't get it. It's all the way over there.
No worries.
I want it. Oh, did I post it? I don't think I posted it.
I think he sent me a picture of it, but I don't know if he ever posted it. But
let me see here. I want to show this on stream now. I gotta go through our messages. There's Nightwing.
Have you read Future State Nightwing yet?
No, I don't have it. Yeah, right here. The Future State, the next Batman 4, Jim Lee variant. Honestly, this is the only variant out of all of them that I liked. Are the Future State Batman variants. I literally just got cover A until I got this one. I was like, oh my God, this is. Yo, I paid $9 for this cover.
I love the cape in this picture. The cape's just.
It's very edgy, like pointy. That's have you ever seen the McFarlane Batman?
Yes. The one where he's holding the girl. Yeah.
No, what? No, hold on. Hold on, Jose. Hold on. Batman. Batman. Is he like half bat, half man? Batman.
He's a man bat.
Yeah. He's a man bat. Well, there is a character called Man Bat.
Kirk Langstrom. Yep.
Yeah, there's the cover. I mean, yeah, Todd McFarlane's Batman
with a gun.
Yeah, he's just got a fucking. He's just got a 1911. I really have to work on that. But yeah, this is what it reminds me of.
That's like a good cover right there too.
Like the edgy. You see how edgy it is?
Yeah.
It's like I can't even zoom in on it, but it's like really pointy, like the cape. The cape is really, really, really pointy, and that's what that Jim Lee cover reminds me of. It's just a really, really pointed cape. There we go. Anyway, we can have up to 6 people in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we can have up to 6 people in here. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. Gonna have a party here one day.
we can have a party here, and we can even maybe do like a watch party too.
There are some things I would like to do a watch party for or a commentary on once we settle how rights are taken care of with that stuff.
Yeah, once we settle into a new platform, I would definitely like to get into doing more stuff. But right now, this is this is enough. This is pretty much what we've done every week. Sooner or later, we're gonna have a guest on next week. Starting next week, we're gonna have a guest on every week. So,
yeah, mm-hmm.
This is the only time that we're gonna be alone.
Yeah.
For a while.
One of the few times.
Yeah. So like, typically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about like the weekly comics, what we've been reading and stuff like that. But when we have a guest on, I would like to not focus as much on that. You know what I mean? I want
focus on their interest.
I would like to focus on their interest and get their opinion because we know what we like.
Oh yeah, everyone knows. They're bored of me.
But yeah, we have the writer for Scouts Honor, David Papose. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, David. I'm so sorry. We have him scheduled for March 5th. So he will be on the show next month. And then we have Stoney Williams, the writer of Villainous, will be on March 26th. So we have 2 big guest appearances coming up. And that's the only time I'm going to announce them is right now. So if you're watching this, stay tuned. This channel is going to be popping. And then we have some other people coming on that are just fun people and cool people to hang out with. And, if you want to come on, hang out with us, talk about comic books, just nerd out, give us your opinion about anything. This is what we're here for.
That's what we're here to do.
I'd like to see my community grow, and I'd also like to stream to Twitch too, and not just YouTube. We need to do that. I need to figure that out. Yeah, this is really cool software though. This is like okay, so typically I'd ask, I'd be like, Jose, do you have anything do you want to shout out to your Twitter account? Do you want to do that? So people follow you on Twitter, but I can do this now.
You can do that, yeah. And soon, I'm gonna try to get my butt into gear for over the next week or so, and get my blog up and running. So then we can share that.
Yeah, and I'll have them right here. We can do so much. We can do so much. There's so much we can do. I'll talk to you about it later, but it's really exciting. For the show is definitely we're gonna grow. We're gonna grow this. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, that's all I really have for today.
Yep,
I don't really have anything else. It's the first time back. Our break is over. Now you have to deal with us. You have to deal with me tagging you in every tweet. All right. Well, that's all I have. You have anything?
Yep, same here.
All right. Well, see you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. If you're watching this later, this is February 19, 2021. If I'm dead, I'm really sorry. If you're watching this and I'm not alive anymore, I'm really sorry. But there's my Twitter account. You can just go and follow me. And here's Jose's Twitter account. You can just go follow him. All right, guys. See ya.
Yep. All right. See ya.